Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla, and I really think we're at a point where I just don't even, I've been wanting like a weekend to really feel long and slow, and I literally think like months at this point that's just not happening. Like every single one of these weekends has been like busy, it's been fast, it's just flown by. And that's not inherently a bad thing on its surface because there are some benefits to that type of a weekend. Don't get me wrong. But in this case, I don't know. I feel kind of like just I don't know. It's not really a great feeling. It's not really a great vibe. I feel far too overwhelmed right now with everything I'm trying to do. So I think it may just be time to just embrace relaxation and not worry about anything, And I don't know. I mean, in some ways maybe that's not the right play. I'm not, this is now a full year later. I had started running, last spring, summer. And then I'd stopped once it started to get dark out. Because, like, when it got dark early, by the time I got home, it was dark. But in this case, like at this point, then I was really going to try to get a leg up on it. And then, but this year went by so much faster than the last year. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole problem. Now I'm getting kind of worried. It looks like this thing is doing the static thing, like on the monitor. I hope the audio's fine. Maybe it's, I don't know. I hope the audio's okay, guys. Anyways, yeah, it just makes me nervous because it doesn't look like it should, but what can you do at this point? I don't know. I'm just so tired of all these things. Anyways, yeah, so I've been it's been like that for a while now, where I've just been optimizing so much and changing so much, but it's in a bunch of ways that nobody can see. Like, nobody really sees or notices you doing a different diet. Nobody sees or notices you figuring out about the wool fabric. Not one person has noticed that my shirt, looks different. But you know what people would notice? They would notice money. They would notice money. Those are the two things people would notice. So it's like a year that's been so fast and been so, like, intellectually and philosophically progressional. I don't know if that's a word. It's been so, like I said, I mean, intellectually and philosophically forward and progressional. I've learned so much, and I've obviously gotten to this point where I'm at now, which is like a pretty good point for obvious reasons. So, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's too much, and I can't do it anymore, guys. Like, I don't know. I just can't. Like, and it's a shame. I never, still, like, there's so many things I really wanted to do, and I've still just not gotten to them. I wanted to be lifting weights by now. I actually made more progress lifting weights in 2024 than in 2025. Like, I thought, I really thought there was like a lot of things that I was going to get to and push and pursue, the running, but I honestly think, like, it's kind of scary how things have turned out. Like, I almost feel like I did more in 2024. Like, there was something about me where I was pushing and I was getting somewhere, but not really that far, but like my mind was in the right place, and I kind of had like a motivation and a drive and a push. And I don't think I was really any more anxious with that, or any more stressed, or any of those things. And then, I really thought, since at this point I've been going hard with the full carnivore diet, and we're in the future now, by this point things would have been better. But honestly, in retrospect, 2025, it's really just been a flurry of like spending a ton of money on things that marginally improved my life, for sure. Like, it's not like they were completely useless. I guess I obviously shouldn't say they're useless. But I spent a lot of money on things that marginally improved my life. And, maybe some of those things I bought made sense, but a lot of them didn't. Or a lot of them I overspent, like my computer or my monitor. They're just not necessary. And it was just such an indulgent year. Such a crazy, like, indulgent year. And now that the year is this late in the year, I'm really wondering where all the time went. Like, I just don't really know what happened. Like, it was, it's hard to remember, but yeah, I mean, 2024 was such a different person. It was such a different person. It's crazy to think about. I mean, even if you factor in like the traffic and the lack of the car rides with schlas. So I used to really have to deal with traffic, That wasn't just something that I could have, because now I've been able to just kind of shift my work schedule around to avoid traffic. But that wasn't really a thing I was able to do before. So back then it was like traffic, which sort of leaves an imprint on your mind. I was actually working less hours because I didn't actually get obsessive over the overtime until 2025, pretty much. Like, it was basically around December 2024 that I really started pushing the overtime, and then early 2025. And so I am spending just way more time at work than I did before. And yeah, I mean, that weighs on you. That's definitely not something that just I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something that, I guess, in the moment, in this whole time, it hasn't seemed like it's mattered. But I guess we're getting to a point now where I'm wondering if my motivation is as worth it. Because before, and this is still somewhat the case, I'd rather just work extra because there isn't really much in life for me to do that makes me happy other than like buying the new technology, because not only does buying new tech give me toys to fool around with, it also mentally makes me feel good because I'm supporting as much as I can the, just the system, like being a consumer, supporting that sector of the economy. If I worked extra hours, I could even start buying stocks in a lot of the tech companies. Not really in a gambling way, but just more as like a donation, something to not really think about or care about. And you can really only do that with extra money, and I still don't really feel like we're at that point yet. But I feel like a year from now, we probably will be at that point. Like, I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that would be the case, like a year from now, where I could start to, like I'll throw like a small amount of my paycheck into just some stocks that not for any type of financial gain, just pretending that money's gone, just investing it in these certain companies. I've been hesitant because I feel like the tech stuff could crash, and I just, like, I don't know, so I'm very, like, concerned. I know, like, well, if you really didn't care about the money, well, yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I would have actually made money, I think, at this point, if I would have just bought them, but I don't know. I just didn't end up doing that because I'm nervous about an impending crash, but so maybe I'm like too cynical to really get into stocks because, well, no, like I said, I mean, if I just did it without the expectation of any gains, I might actually turn out fine. Because, because I actually would, like, if I did that before, I would have made money, so I probably should have just done that. And I could have just pulled out now. But that kind of defeats the moral angle. But anyways, that's really like, when I go home, like, I'm pretty bored. I want to have, like, friends and, like, people to really do stuff with, and I don't have any, and my ability to bond with others has just gotten more and more difficult over time. I was honestly, like, more stupid before. Like, since I've been using AI more, it's definitely just made me, like, more intelligent. I can tell that, like, for certain. And then even on this show, like, I feel like doing this show has also done that, because it's definitely made me have, like, a better skill at talking, even if it's only minor, because it's only been a few months. I don't think that it's possible to say that it hasn't improved my communicate or, like, my talking skills. I don't think that's possible, So I definitely think it has. I definitely think it has improved those metrics. And yeah, I don't know. I think I'm trying to think of where I was getting at, because this big truck had his, like, high beams on behind me. I'm trying to figure, like, where I was getting at. Oh my gosh, what is this guy doing? Because he, like, was gonna pass me, and then he swapped back in my lane. Like, I don't. Now I got his bright lights in my face. And he didn't even put, like, a turn signal to get back in my lane, so I wonder why. Is he just, like, messing with me or something? I just, like, don't even know, but I want his lights out of my face. It's just crazy. I'm gonna have this, like, the whole time. I don't know what he's doing. This is weird. Anyways, he moved around me. That's good, because I really was not looking forward to that. Those lights were bright. Yeah, and like, that's really, I don't know. I don't think, like, my outlets for just fun are very limited. You know, because of the way my brain thinks and all that stuff. Like, it's just so limited, my, outlets for having fun. I just, like, stuff is not really fun to me. Like, there always has to be, like, a reason, or there has to be some kind of a justification for what I'm doing, or else it doesn't really feel good. Like, it's almost, and this started to happen again around my teenage years, like when I was like 14, and it could be a mixture of maturing and, you know, finding place and worth in the world, but it was when I started to think like, oh, well, you know, fiction's really useless because it's just, it's not real. Like, if you're going to read something, it should be nonfiction, because even though it's more boring, you could just get used to that, because fiction is usually more entertaining. Like, it just objectively is, because it can be written in a way to be more interesting than the truth. So nonfiction is inherently more boring than fiction is. And so I thought I would just, like, reduce my baseline to just be like, well, nonfiction will be stimulating enough, and there's no reason for fiction and all that. But I guess now I kind of know the truth, which is that I'm assuming that reading and consuming fictional media, it just is different for the brain. That's what my assumption is. Like, it's not, I mean, maybe it's like objectively worse in the sense of you're spending a lot of time doing something that doesn't have an objective return. Like, maybe that's fair to say. That's kind of objectively a worse trademark of fiction, but I think it just uses a completely different part of the brain or something. That would be my impression, or my intuition, my guess as to why. I don't know. I don't really have an answer other than that, so. But anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else to mention or speak on, because I'm kind of losing my train of thought, you know? I'm losing it a little bit. This morning, believe it or not, I actually got to bed early and woke up early. Isn't that something? I mean, I haven't done that in a very long time, but I was just so tired yesterday, and so depressed that I just couldn't do anything else. So I just went to bed mega early, but the good thing is I actually woke up at like an appropriate time. So, but yeah, like, I don't know, I can't try anymore. That's the whole point. I have to just stop. I have to just take a break. I just can't do it anymore. I have to just do fun stuff. I have to do stuff that I think is fun, and I don't know how I'm going to do that on this show, because I don't know, like, obviously, for a long time trying to, like, pressure myself to speak on these, like, important topics and stuff, because I really wanted to get the attention of these big head honchos and everything, but the stuff I've already posted is just going to have to cut it. I think for now I just kind of want more relaxed ramblings. I mean, if it gets deep, it gets deep. I'm not very confident in myself. Like, I think it's still going to be deep stuff, but I'm just saying I'd kind of like that as like a, you know, just a change, just a little change for me to just be a little bit more chill about things and all. So, yeah. What I was gonna say is, yeah, that's the problem though. For me to just do something that is just enjoyable for the sake of enjoying, like I can't do that because my brain is over aware. And I think that's actually been steadily draining me like a lot. It's been steadily draining me a lot, a significant amount. And so I don't know, like it's just it's just difficult. I think it's all just a bunch of like weird difficult things that I have to navigate. And that's what I'm hoping for with this year is I just stop looking for things to buy. I should probably delete eBay and just focus on myself and like relaxing and just trying to enjoy life, because really that's what everybody else is doing anyway, you know? And I need time to like get my room in order and finally like clean it and all that stuff, kind of work on those things. I mean, I really think that that's like the purpose of this 2026. And then once 2027 comes around, I should be able to enjoy life pretty well. Like it should be pretty good, It should be pretty good. That's kind of what my like expectations are, at least. I mean, that's how it should be. By then it should be like I could kind of breathe a little bit. And it's a shame I never really can get back into spiritual things, because I really want to. And I was going to for a while, and then, bad things happened. And that kind of just threw me off course. But I always liked it whenever I've been into that stuff. But I just work in phases, like sometimes I'm just into certain things, and then sometimes I lose interest in it, and that's just like how it goes. I don't really know how else I can describe or like fix that. That's just how like I've been basically the whole time. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know that I'm probably still going to come up with like deep stuff. I'm not, because honestly, this is always what happens. Like, this is just my intentions like right now. But by the time, we actually start over time, then it's just like, I don't know, I like change my mind, and then now I get into this, and now I get into that. Like a couple months from now, or even like tomorrow, it could just be like, oh, well, actually, all that stuff I said yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying what I'm saying right now. This is what my intentions are right now. But I don't really know what's coming over me to to do this. Like, I couldn't tell you. I do not know what's going on, but this guy has his high beams, like, really bright in my face. And I really don't like it. It's very uncomfortable. I can't look behind me. Oh my gosh. Good thing he's turning. That was very rude. Wow. He didn't have his turn signal on either. Like when he passed me and passed other. Yeah, he's in. I mean, it was pretty hard for me to tell. But he's in like a Ford F-150, and I think he's just driving on the highway with his high beams on. And he just like swerved around like a bunch of people. Like it wasn't like just me, and I wasn't even. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's kind of weird. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he just had his high beams on, speeding, definitely speeding, and swerving around people, and it's kind of like an older F-150, but not like super old. Like it could have been like a early 2010s F-150 or something like that. Yeah, that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen like behavior like that before, and he's out of sight already. Like he just sped, like he was speeding. So I also, it doesn't really appear that I'm gonna get to work like that early. I mean, I'm probably gonna be on the early-ish end of things, but not like that early. But yeah, that's kind of what I mean. I mean, everybody else in life, they're just focused like completely on enjoyment and their self. They're focused on their career, their enjoyment, their self. I'm not doing any of that. So it's pretty exhausting in comparison. And I don't even think other people could. I mean, other people, like whatever they're going through, well, there's a certain mixture. I mean, some people's lives are easier than others. Mine, the types of things that are difficult about it are more of like nagging. They're not really, I don't know that they're bad enough to warrant like really much, because there's people that go through way worse lives than me. I mean, as much as it hurts me and I'm sensitive to the things I've gone through, I'm well aware that many people, I mean, it's bad. Like there's like serious bad stuff that happens to people. And fortunately for me, I have not gotten myself into any mess like that, fortunately. But yeah, it's just I don't know, like but that's what I'm saying. Like I think the struggles I've been through, they've just given me such a perspective on things. Like because not a lot of people really, I don't know. Like I just don't think there's a lot of people in my situation. I think most people who would be in my situation would have adapted to being antisocial by now. And I guess I'm sort of doing that, but at the same time I'm not. Like I'm also not really doing that. Or it doesn't really feel like it. I still feel like I reach, despite me making promises like, oh, I'm not going to make any more friends or anything, I still end up coming around. Like it's not, I don't really know, Not sure how to put my finger on it, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what what the point is, really. That's kind of what I mean. I think Because I think if you have like serious traumas that you go through, like there's obviously serious things that people have to go through, um, and that really like affects you so much to the point where I don't know that you could be doing the kind of stuff that I'm doing. Like I've been put through a lot of struggle, but it's a lot of like things that are just nagging struggles. Like, I don't know, they're not gonna kill you. They're not really gonna like, well, maybe they have made me go crazy. I don't know if going crazy has been like my thing or my experiences, but I think partially, I mean, it's a mixture of both, obviously, but I think I think honestly the crazy part, like, that could be me. Like, that could definitely just be me. Um, for sure. I don't really know, but it definitely could be. So yeah, I just have to start doing things for fun, like just listening to more music, just not getting into anything new. Like I'm just not in the headspace for that stuff right now. Like I just can't be doing that stuff. Like I don't know what else to say. Like there's just no way. Oh wow, this is weird. Well, there goes getting to work on time. We're like already congestion. What is going on? This is extremely abnormal. This is extremely abnormal. Wow. Yeah, I have no idea why this would be like this right now. Because I actually think it's been months since I've had like early traffic like this. It's been like a very long time. It's weird. Like it's not really traffic, but it's there's definitely some slowness, and I just think that's like odd. It's odd for yeah, that's really unusual in my opinion. But it definitely probably added like a minute or two. I think like maybe even like 3. We'll go with like a probably a 2 to 3. I don't know that a 1 to 2 minute delay is, that kind of seems like it was a little more than that. Kind of difficult to say though. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so maybe we'll just turn this series into a music reviewer series and have fun with talking about a bunch of unimportant things. I don't even know if there's like a space for that kind of content anymore. Like, do people even care about that kind of stuff anymore? I don't even. I don't even know. Yeah, maybe we would have actually made good time. It's hard to say at this point because oh my gosh, this light, I just don't Oh my gosh, it like seriously makes me lose my mind because oh my goodness, I literally cannot with this light. I just can't figure like it's so fast to change. It's definitely like a camera light, but I hate it. Cuz it's like it's really difficult to figure out and it switches. I mean, it's probably for the better, but for me it's just like very like annoying cuz I have to like figure all that stuff out. No, it's crazy. Just so crazy. I'm tired of lights. I want to get rid of all these traffic lights. There's one thing I could do. If I had my genie in a bottle, it would be 3 wishes. No more traffic lights. It would be no more traffic lights. And then it would be, I can't believe these people, like people really do that. Like they're racing around me to get to the red light because they can tell that I'm going slower because it's a red light. They can tell I'm going slower, so they're. I mean, this guy in a Ford Bronco is like swinging around me, and it doesn't even affect anything. It like they're not getting anywhere and like he must have made that impulse decision to do that like quickly. You know what I mean? Like he must have quickly just went, "Oh, I'm gonna swerve around this guy," because he hardly even had any time to do that. Like he hardly even would have had like a chance. So oh yeah, my genie in a bottle, 3 wishes. First wish, no more traffic lights. I would do a bit where I talk about my other 2 wishes, but I can't really think of anything that would even be that funny, like to go along with that. It's like no more traffic lights, no more stop signs. I don't even know what else I would like add to that. So it's like whatever. Yeah, I really don't. I was gonna do some kind of joke, I think, but I just don't think that's really worth it. I mean, that really like I don't know what I could say that's like that funny. All right. Um, yeah, today it's gonna be pretty fast paced because I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave early to do the car thing, and I never mentioned this. I'm probably gonna have to mention it again, but Alright. Let's try to get a grip here. Yeah, I'm getting something with my car done, so no car rides with Schlavs tomorrow. And I will repeatedly mention that if I remember to. In my other episodes, I will repeatedly mention that. But, oh yeah, we should actually, get my other things sent. Alright, let's do that, because it's that. And I guess it's this. And I guess it's this. Alright. Well, guys, I believe that just about does it. I think that at this point, at this point, it's been Schla. And now it's time to buy Schla. So, see you, Schla.